FBI Director Kash Patel was on Capitol Hill again today, testifying this time before the House Judiciary Committee. 5 hours. Any fireworks?
Some fireworks. Look, it was a fairly similar appearance to yesterday. It went a little bit longer, 5 hours. He sat there before the House Judiciary Committee answering members' questions, pretty much every single member of that committee.
Man, oh man, there has been so much today, and I truly don't know where to start. So I'm just going to make sure that we start off with a few facts. So a couple of facts that we need to make clear for everyone is that, number one, Director Christopher Wray,
in just 89 seconds, 2.3 terabytes of evidence and 47 implicated names were about to detonate the biggest cover-up in federal law enforcement history.
This is SFA News, and tonight we begin with an absolute bombshell, shaking the very foundations of Washington and beyond. What if I told you the FBI's most guarded secret files, the ones tied to billionaire sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, may not have been fully released, and that the man now accused of keeping them under lock and key is none other than FBI Director Kash Patel?
While investigative reporters from every major network filled the press gallery, sensing they were about to witness something historic, constitutional scholars and legal experts scattered throughout the audience recognized they were about to see.
Listen to me very carefully, America. What I'm about to tell you is going to make you uncomfortable. It's going to challenge everything you thought you knew about transparency, about justice, and about how your government operates. But before I get into the details, I need you to do something for me.
Thank you, Director Patel, for being here today. The FBI searched Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan residence, correct?
I believe that happened in 2018. I think there was 2 locations, sir.
It's 2019, and in that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
For months, Patel promised full transparency, claiming he would finally open the Epstein files that the public has demanded for years: the names, the flight logs, the phone records, and the private notes that could connect Epstein's dark empire to some of the most powerful people in the world. But now, leaked letters and congressional testimony paint a very different picture.
the cases came through his handpicked FBI director. And frankly, when people sit around and say things like, oh, you know, we're happy because now we feel safe, I don't know who feels safe in this country except for the white supremacists.
This is no ordinary courtroom drama or late-night thriller. It's the United States Congress, a place where democracy's guardians are meant to hold the mighty accountable.
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so I have...
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all of the files.
According to a stunning letter from former Attorney General Pam Bondi, the FBI under Patel's command has allegedly withheld thousands of pages of evidence documents that could include hidden communications, sealed testimonies, and even video logs from Epstein's private island.
Would it be fair to say that Mr. Epstein trafficked young women, including, in some instances, minors, for sex?
FBI Evidence Analysis Unit memorandum, dated August, Crockett held up a document bearing official FBI letterhead, classification markings clearly visible to cameras and committee members.
Mr. Patel, before you joined the FBI, you had very strong opinions about what the FBI was hiding regarding Jeffrey Epstein. In a September 2023 interview with Glenn Beck, you said the Black Book is under the, quote, direct control of the director of the FBI.
Patel, when grilled by Congress, insisted that the Bureau has released everything legally allowed, denying that any new names or clients were being protected. But members of both parties weren't buying it. Representative Jamie Raskin slammed Patel for what he called a systematic effort to protect the elite, accusing the FBI of redacting names, sealing court orders, and quietly shifting key pieces of evidence into classified storage.
We've released the full contact list, what people call the Black Book. Now, some will say that was already leaked to journalists years ago, and yes, portions of it were, but we've released the official, complete version with proper authentication and context.
That says Jeffrey Epstein is indicted on sex charges as discovery of nude photos is disclosed, dated July 8th, 2019. And the Times reports a trove of lewd photographs of girls was discovered in a safe inside financier Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan mansion.
In just 89 seconds, 2.3 terabytes of evidence and 47 implicated names were about to detonate the biggest cover-up in federal law enforcement history. Patel didn't expect the classified documents.
The tension in the hearing room was electric. Lawmakers demanded answers, while Patel dodged direct questions about whether he personally reviewed all the files or relied on staff to determine what stayed hidden. Behind closed doors, insiders are whispering that Patel's team was warned that a full release could spark global scandals, implicating not just business moguls and royals, but also individuals with deep political ties in both major U.S. parties.
I'll respond. Kash Patel, as I said when I introduced him, public defender, former prosecutor, top staffer on the House Intelligence Committee, Deputy Director of National Intelligence with the National Security Council, Chief of Staff at the Department of Defense, and FBI Director.
And at the center of it all, at least 20 powerful men, according to reports from the files themselves. Billionaires rubbing shoulders with CEOs.
Do you have any knowledge?
I can't speak.
You are
for the
refusing to
Attorney
answer the
General,
question, so
Pam
let me
Bondi.
tell you that the Wall Street Journal reported that in May, Bondi told Trump that he was in the Epstein files, and at the same meeting said that the DOJ did not plan to release the files.
And here's where it gets darker. Sources familiar with the investigation claim that Epstein's flight records and surveillance tapes, once believed destroyed, might still exist but under new security orders that block their release for national security reasons.
President Trump has deferred to the FBI and the Department of Justice with respect to the Epstein records. He says it is your call about releasing them.
And they're doing this work while politicians grandstand in congressional hearings, while activists accuse them of being part of the cover-up, while the media focuses on process questions instead of results.
And I understand that the department and the agency have decided to release them in cooperation with the House committee. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Victims' advocates are furious, saying this is just another betrayal after decades of cover-ups and excuses. Even Patel's own conservative allies are now distancing themselves, accusing him of betraying the very cause he built his reputation on: truth and transparency.
You identified 20 individuals in that book. You put me on that list, at the top of the list. Thank you. My children find it flattering. 20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions.
A digital mausoleum of missed opportunities. They reportedly finger at least 20 powerful men as links in Epstein's trafficking chain.
I was sitting talking to Epstein, and he said, "Wait a minute, I got to show you something." And then he went into his safe.
So tonight, as the world watches this scandal unfold, one question echoes louder than ever. What is Kash Patel hiding? Who is he protecting? And why are the Epstein files still sealed in the vaults of the FBI?
You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
In each of these courts, the FBI and DOJ have been arguing for maximum transparency within the bounds of the law. We've been pushing judges to unseal documents. We've been fighting motions from defense attorneys who want to keep things secret.
Mr. Patel, are the victims of the Jeffrey Epstein horrific trafficking ring, are they credible?
We at SFA News are digging deeper, connecting the dots, and uncovering the stories the establishment doesn't want told. Because the truth, no matter how uncomfortable, will always find its way out.
Massey hammered this point, his Kentucky drawl laced with fury. These aren't intelligence assets, Director. They're people, children even, who deserve respect, not redaction.
And so all I care about is that we are capturing more child predators than ever before, taking more drugs off the streets than ever before, that we are capturing murderers at a significantly historic rate, and we're delivering this country the lowest murder rate in recorded history.
Who visited his island? Who flew on his plane? Who attended his parties? Who participated in his crimes? These are legitimate questions.
This is just the beginning. Stay tuned, because what we're about to reveal next may change everything you thought you knew about the Epstein investigation.